Welcome to the Daddy Sharps featured bets. These are the bets that we also love, in addition to our best bets that you can find on our podcast.
But you're only going to find these bad boys right here on our featured bets section on daddysharps.com, a beautiful site.
It surely is. But hey, you can also check us out on social media at Daddy Sharps and at Daddy Sharps Podcast, and check out our YouTube channel as well. Pretty cool stuff on there.
Yes. So, Luke, we went 15-3 featured bets last week.
Wait, what? Can you say that again?
15-3 in featured bets last week.
That's what we should be doing every week.
Yeah. And now you're going to get more bets right now. Very successful. All right.
What are we shooting for now? What are we shooting for this week?
Oh, we got to go undefeated. I mean, we're
17
so
and
close.
16 and
hey, remind me, but the week before, I think we only lost 4.
We were damn close. That's right. Yeah.
So now we're at 3. So I think bare minimum, we can only get 2 wrong.
Our featured bets are killing it. And yes. I would love for you to kick us off.
Here we go. And it's one of my schools and a school that you watch. And they're playing each other. Here we have Old Dominion at Liberty. Liberty minus 13.5. The over under 59. I like 2 bets here. We got 2 featured bets in the game. I'm on Liberty again. I laid it out last week. They need to win, and they need to win big to keep New Year's Day bowl game hopes alive. And there's a glimmer of hope with Air Force losing last week. So Liberty really needs to make a showing here. Liberty, they are undefeated on the year, 7-2 against the spread. The only spreads they missed were minus 21.5 and minus 16.5. We are under that 2 touchdown limit here. So buy the spread with confidence. And like I said, 2 bets on this game. I like the under here too. Liberty is the number 2 rushing team in the country, meaning that clock will definitely be moving on each possession. Old Dominion, relatively average on offense, but if you had to choose a strength, they lean more to run, another clock-killing offense. Liberty will score their points, but the under bet is all about Old Dominion's 85th ranked offense, not scoring more than 14 here. Take the under 59, no lower than 58.5.
I love it. Thank you, my man. I'm moving on to the American Conference. North Texas Mean Green are playing at SMU. The Mustangs are laying 17 in this one, and they should be. They're a good team this year, and they're ranked in the top 25. Good for them. The over-under is 68.5, and that's where I'm at. My bet is the over 68.5. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But
yes.
But let me qualify that. So let's address this first. SMU's quarterback, Preston Stone, is questionable right now. So, we need to see if he gets better in time for kickoff. If he's good to go, I would definitely bet the over. If not, you're going to just think about it, really crunch your own numbers and trust your own data as well. But that said, the Mean Green defense has been horrible this season, one of the worst in college football. They also struggle against high-powered offenses like SMU. North Texas likes to sling the ball, however, as you know, they just throw it up there. They will score points in this game. They will definitely score points. And SMU will score a lot of points. So let's just say we've got 68. SMU puts up 40-50. There's a good bet that the Mean Green are good for 20, 14, 20, 30 perhaps, just slinging the ball because SMU's defense isn't that great either. I love that over 68.5, John.
A little factoid I got to share here with you. I just found this out like a couple weeks ago. One of my favorite players in the NFL right now, unknown players, like a guy that I've been watching a lot lately, is Rashee Rice. And you've heard me talk about this guy all the time. I think he's going to be good by the end of the year.
He's going to be great. He's
an SMU guy. He's an SMU wide receiver. I had no idea until about a couple weeks ago. One of your guys.
I loved watching that guy last year. They were unstoppable at some point in some games with their receiving core, man. They can sling that ball.
Guy's good. All right, from SMU to a school that you hate betting on. New Mexico at Boise State, minus 26.5. Don't worry, folks, we're not buying that. 60.5 is the total, and that's what we like here. We're going to bet the over 60.5. We got a high over, and I like it, and I'm going to take it. My numbers show this has a 66% chance of hitting and a large sample size on the year so far in my data. I'm actually ashamed I didn't make this a best bet. These two teams have combined to go 15-3 on the over this season. To hit the over, we're going to need New Mexico to score 20 points, and it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Boise State is one of the worst teams in college football for scoring defense in the fourth quarter. A lot of big leads, a lot of backup players playing in that second half there, that late fourth quarter. New Mexico scores most of their points in the fourth quarter, and I see us getting the garbage time over here. But can you call it garbage time if you bet the over? It's only garbage time if you bet the under, sir.
Yeah, and that's and then you end up on bad beats and you hate
Yes.
life.
Yes. That's right.
All right.
That's right.
All right. I just to disprove you, I'm gonna go ahead and bet this as well because yeah. Just to show you I don't hate your picks at all. Hey man, I'm looking at Georgia Southern. I've loved just crunching Georgia Southern this year. They're a good team this year. Yeah. They're favored on the road, giving 2.5 on the road against Marshall, playing against the Thundering Herd in West Virginia. Famous alum NFL.
From Marshall?
Yeah. Straight cash, homie.
Oh, I feel like I'm on Jeopardy and I just blanked. I don't know. Chad Pennington?
No.
He was Marshall, I believe.
Actually,
back in the day.
Pennington did play for Marshall, didn't he?
He did, but he's not active though.
Well, who did he throw to? No, not active. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Ooh. I'm not sure.
Randy
Moss?
Yes.
No way. Thundering Herd. He did. Chad Pennington did throw to that guy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I almost had it. I had half the tandem.
You need to go back and watch that 30 for 30 on Moss, where he goes back to West Virginia and dude.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Wow. We really wasted some time here. All the folks really want to know is who is Luke going to bet on? And we're going to bet the over in this one, folks. Over 57 in this game. 8 of Georgia Southern's last 10 games in November, where they are the favorite, have gone over the total. The Eagles are still making a push for to play in the conference championship as well. So they need to win. They need to score points, which means they're going to score a ton in this one. Again, Georgia Southern at Marshall, and you're going to take the over 57. John?
Nice. All right, I got Florida International at Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee favored by 11.5. 52.5 is the total, and I like the under 52.5. You know I love key numbers, and you know I love this number. The key number is 51, being the second most popular total in all of college football for games to land on. It lands on it about 3% of the time, 3.25%. So we get that cushion to bet here. You get the 52.5. Middle Tennessee and FIU have the 111th and 110th ranked offenses, respectively, in the country. Can I say that with respect? I can say it with respect to the under, my man. That's why we like it.
I used to work with a former nose guard from Middle Tennessee State University.
Look at that. We're pulling out all the stops.
Doesn't mean anything about the under, but I'm with you on the under that one. Hey, Rice is playing at one of your favorite teams, UTSA, the Roadrunners. The Roadrunners at home are given 14 points in this one. The over-under is 58.5. Rice scores 33 points per game. Ew. Now, their starting quarterback went out last week with a concussion in the second quarter of that game, but the backup scored a lot against SMU in that game. So the offense is running. Of course, the Roadrunners, your favorite quarterback, Frank,
yes, my boy,
Tank Harris.
He's as old as us.
He is 8th year, I think, for the school. And he's healthy. So that's good. Both teams give up 25 points per game. That's key as well. So that's 50 right there. And that's a recipe for the over. And my bet, by the way, is the over 58.5. Going to be a shootout. I think Rice actually wins this. I think they cover. I actually think they win this game. But, man, it's going to be a great game.
Nice. All right. We got one that it's not exactly going to break any TV ratings here, but Sam Houston at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech favored by 8. The over-under is 48, and I like the over 48. You hear me talk about the key numbers all the time. On those unders, you want to bet over or under accordingly based on those popular college totals. That is huge in this play here. 48 is a key number. You do not want to buy this over at 48.5. You need it at 48. So Sam Houston, they are new to Division I football this year, and they started the year. Can we call it rough? I think we can call it rough.
That's one word. That's one word.
Scoring an average of 3 points a game in their first 3 games. Since that, they have turned it on once they got into conference play, scoring an average of 28 points a game. Sam Houston found their stride, and expect the scoreboard. I can't believe I'm saying this. Expect the scoreboard to light up in this one. Take the over 48.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. Early in the year, we were looking at Sam Houston saying their defense is incredible, and they're just it's going to be such a low scoring game, and all of them were.
Yeah, yep, and they've turned it around a little bit here.
It's good to see Sam Houston back in your repertoire, my man.
That's right, sir. Hey, one of my sharpest bets of the year was them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Covered against Liberty. Unbelievable.
Early in the year. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Troy is giving 21.5 points on the road at Louisiana Monroe, a miserable football team. The over-under is 45.5 in this one. And we are going to bet the under 45.5. And here is why. Troy is coming off a commanding win against South Alabama. They are balanced. They've got a great defense. They've got a solid offense. On the other side, the Warhawks have a ton of injuries. They have a terrible defense. The Trojans will do all the scoring in this one, and they will hit the under 45.5. Finally, John, we've got a double featured bet here. Double.
Daily double.
Memphis is on the road at Charlotte. Memphis is favored by 9.5. The over-under is 52. I'm calling both bets. I like Memphis minus 9.5. They will cover on the road, and these teams will hit the over 52 as well. Memphis put up 59 points last week against South Florida. Charlotte and Tulsa blew past their total last week, too. This will be a high-scoring game. Charlotte, though, just won't be able to keep up. They will separate around the third quarter, and Memphis will win this game by a touchdown and a field goal, and they will hit the over.
Nice, sir. I like it. All right. This first bet here, we love this game for the teaser aspect of it. You already had it in best bets, and it's in multiple teasers for both of us. I actually like the spread too. Cleveland at Baltimore, Baltimore -6. The total is 38.5. My bet here is going to be Baltimore -6. My data loves the Ravens at that number. 6.5. Way too much. Do not get the 6.5. You got to be 6 or under. Since 2019, Baltimore is 6-3 straight up against the Browns and 6-3 against the spread. In the last 5 games this year, Baltimore is 4-1 against the spread, only failing to cover the one spread that was more than a touchdown, -10 at Arizona. And if anybody remembers that game a few weeks ago, you had an onside kick at the end. You had a crazy pass interference that put them on the goal line and they scored. They were covering. They should have covered. So I'm going to say Baltimore's probably more likely 5-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. So I like Baltimore -6.
Yeah, and they killed Cleveland the first time around, quite frankly. Just destroyed them. They look fantastic, and I'm so glad that Lamar Jackson is my fantasy quarterback.
Yes.
Hey, man, I like a teaser for my first featured bet. Seattle Seahawks are down. I'm going to tease them down to a 0.5 point here, and the Buffalo Bills down to 2. So the Seahawks teased with the Buffalo Bills. Hawks are home after a horrible, just got crushed last week, cross-country trip to Baltimore. The Hawks are home now against a bad Washington Commanders team, and so I love them in this spot. The Bills play the Denver Broncos at home. The Bills need to start winning here down the stretch. We're in the second half of the season. They will not lose by 2 to Russ and Sean. They won't do it. Love that teaser.
Luke, I almost cut this out of the script. I'm a little embarrassed to even give this bet, but I have to do it. It is data. It is strong. And I've talked with you about it. And I'm going to do it. The New York Giants at Dallas. Dallas minus 15, 39.5 is the total. And my best bet here, Dallas minus 15.
You go. Go.
All right, I'm not a huge fan of the big spreads and only took a double-digit spread once this year, and it was Miami, and it hit. And this game falls exactly in the same spot in my power rankings that game did. The Giants are a mess right now, but for gambling purposes, a mess is good news. Giants 2-7 against the spread on the year, and in the last 5 games against the Cowboys, 1-4 against the spread. Only one of those games was actually within a touchdown. Luke, you know me. I'm a very conservative gambler who rarely takes chances. Folks, this is not a chance. This is going to hit. I like Dallas minus 15.
Yeah, it will hit. It will hit. Who's to say the Giants will do anything in this game? Dallas is at home, rebound game for them. It's a divisional game. They need this win, and they're going to click, man. They're just going to click at home and give the home fans a show. I love this pick, John.
That first week, 40-0, and that was with Daniel Jones. Now It's a rookie quarterback. Even if they got better, you're still going to win by 20-0 and cover the spread.
It's going to be talk about a mercy rule. The only thing I can think of is if they put in a backup in the second half, but I don't see it happening because they've got to secure a win here. So, right. I think you like this one too. You're going to agree with me. I've got another teaser here. Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to tease them up to 8.5, and Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to tease them down to a pick 'em. All they have to do is win the game. The Raiders play the New York Jets at home. They look better with their new quarterback. They're right. Play that guy. He's good.
Yes.
The Ravens play the Cleveland Browns. You've already covered this. They play them at home. They destroyed the Browns by double digits. I've said that like 9 times in podcast and this one too. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL right now. I've also said that. I think everyone's repeating that, but it's true. So again, just to recap, go ahead, do this. Do yourself a favor. Tease the Raiders up to 8.5 at home. Tease the Ravens down to a pick 'em at home. All they have to do is win that game against Cleveland.
Yes. All right, here we go. This is where the daddies fight. This is where it happens. Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay minus 1.5. 39.5 is the total. My bet here is going to be Tampa Bay minus 1.5. 2 of the worst scoring offenses in football playing 2 pretty bad scoring defenses on both sides. I did it last week and it paid off. I'm going to do it again here. Give me Baker Mayfield over the rookie quarterback. The rookie Levis for Tennessee had the remarkable debut, 4 touchdowns, no picks, 130 QBR. The next week, when teams had time to prepare for him, no touchdowns, 1 interception, a 66 QBR. If you need to see how a rookie quarterback looks in his 3rd game, look at Badgett last week, and that's what you're going to get here with Levis.
No, I 100%. I 100% disagree with you on this one. And it's interesting that we're fighting over like 1 point here or 1.5 points, depending on what book you've got or you're looking at the best number.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be surprised, and you wouldn't either, quite frankly, for all of our listeners, if this thing switches and it goes to Tampa +1, we're betting that, and we're betting Tampa up, and we're going to tease it. Come on, we're not. Come on, we're playing both sides of this if we're going to be honest. But I got to tell you, the Bucs are a bottom 5 defense. They've lost 4 straight games, and there's a reason for that. And I was telling you early on in the season, because it was early numbers and it was early games and it was early everything, that the Bucs were gonna do well in the first part of the season. Then everyone who was worth listening to, who knows what they're talking about when it comes to the NFL and breaking teams down and DVOA especially, that the Bucs are going to fade. And that's what they're doing, man. They're showing us who they are. They're showing us who they are right now.
Yes.
Titans are 4-3 against the spread as dogs. Levi's is what I'm going to call him. Levis.
It's 501, baby.
He gives them the best chance to win and cover here. I like the Titans +1. We're not that far off. I mean, we're talking about a 1-point game here.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We're gonna have to think of something. We're gonna have to do a little side bet or something here.
I would love a side bet. But let's be sure. Let's be sure that because I know you and I know me. This is one of those games that, I put the Titans in a teaser as well.
Oh yeah, yep.
I tease them up,
Yes.
tease
Let's
them up through the 7.
we will
Uh,
be honest with everybody here. So if the roles were reversed here, Data would probably still for me like Tampa Bay, but I would be teasing Titans up. And if Tampa Bay was the underdog, I'd be teasing
yeah,
Tampa Bay up.
that's what I'm
Both
saying.
sides.
That's what I'm
Close
saying.
game.
That's what I'm saying. And so now you're in a position. Let's say that because I've already teased the Titans, so I've got them up through the 7. And then if you're teasing, if it flip flops here, money exchanges, square bettors, God bless them. Tampa Bay at home, memories of Tom Brady and throwing the Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi Trophy, across the water and the boats and whatever,
Yes.
whatever. And it changes, it flip flops. And you got a +1 or a +1.5 for Tampa. I'd tease that up too, man. That is going to be like a 15 to 14 point spread in those teasers. I like somewhere in the middle with that, and what all the bookmakers are saying is a close game. That's where you really can do some damage betting and really winning, and pair them with something easy like the Bills or the Bengals, who are definitely going to cover in a teaser. So I don't know. I'm going on and on and on talking about what we both would do.
It segues greatly into my next bet here. Speaking of teasers, Cleveland at Baltimore. I think everybody knows what side we're on here with Baltimore. Denver at Buffalo. Buffalo, the 7.5 point favorite. I like the tease here. I like putting Baltimore as a pick 'em with Buffalo -1.5. Talked about Baltimore a lot between the podcast and here. We love them this week, and my data has them with an 87% chance of winning on the money line. I don't think you can get much better than that. Buffalo, it's a team desperate for a win. I expect a bounce back game here, much like you were explaining earlier. Denver, they're the worst team in the league against tight ends in terms of receptions and yards. So if you're looking for props, look for the rookie Kincaid for Buffalo to have he's a rookie, so I don't know if I should say huge game, but a good game. He'll have a good game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I already bought that teaser, by the way. So 100%
yes.
in line with you.
Yep.
This next one, I'm just going to go ahead and read through it because this is one of those where the data says yes, and it's just one of those where you just watch and you sweat, and when you watch the game, there's going to be a whole lot of damn it.
Yep.
Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. The Bears at home laying 3.5. The over/under is 40. I actually like the over in this one. A lot of sharps are liking the under in this one for good reason because of Carolina, but I like the bets here. Panthers +3.5 on the road. So the data is really good on this game. 5-0 to the underdog in this spot. That's what our data says, or at least my data says. The reason this is a featured bet, not a best bet for me, is this is all based on trust. And there are a lot of questions about trust. So here we go. Let's run the gauntlet, my man. Bryce Young threw 2 pick sixes last week. Can we trust him to correct that? Can we trust him that he won't do that again? I think yes.
Yes.
So Justin Fields, we talked about that there was a chance that he could come back this week. I guess it's been announced that he won't, and the rookie quarterback will be in there as well.
Yes.
So can we trust the rookie to beat Carolina by more than a field goal? I don't know. I don't know. But listen to this data.
Are you talking about the same rookie that threw 5 turnovers last week?
Yeah.
That rookie?
Yeah.
Can't do it. I'd rather take the pick sixes.
Do people have his number now? Are they watching film on him and seeing some tendencies? So get ready for some data, man. I'm going to run you through this. I did some crunching, a lot of it. And because, again, this is one of those games. In their last 5 games, the Panthers are 3-1 against the spread in the first and second quarters of away games. Then they start to fade in the third. They are 2-2 against the spread in away games. In their last 5 games, I believe that's also on the season as well. They are 1-3 covering fourth quarter spreads on the road. So that's not good. Obviously, they have bad fourth quarters. But the Bears, let's just go ahead and concentrate on their full game spreads at home. At home, full game spreads. They are 1-2-1 against the spread this season. Young wins this matchup with the Panthers defense behind him for me. I like the Panthers +3.5 on the road. Boom. Done.
I liked it. I was feverishly looking over here so I could tail with you. And yes, it is still plus 3.5.
There you
Even
go.
with the news that the Rook is in. So I like it. All right, a game we both liked. You highlighted it in your best bets, and I'm gonna take the total in this game. Green Bay at Pittsburgh -3.5. You can get it at some spots, -3 in others. Total is 38.5. My bet here under 38.5. These two teams are under machines on the year. Green Bay has hit 4 straight unders, while Pittsburgh has cashed 6 straight unders. Luke, I don't think I need to say any more on that.
No, you don't. And I've already bought this as well. It's under. It's
Yes.
one of those. It's one of those scary unders where you're just gonna be sweating the whole time. Going, come on, baby, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Don't fear it. Defenses are ranked 10th and 13th respectively, yards per play, and their offenses suck. So you're you're good to go. You're good to go.
All you're hoping for in that game is no defensive scores. You want the picks, but you don't want a fast score.
Why are you making me flash back to the Jets this week?
I know.
How dare you?
The punt return. Hey, we still got the under.
You?
We still hit the under in that game, though.
Oh yeah, totally. Hit the under. But I want it all, baby. I want it all.
Yes, for sure. All right. So that does it for the Daddy Sharps featured bets this week. The same bets that went 15-3 this week. So remember, always gamble responsibly and within your means. And the bets we share are based on our own research. We don't always win, but we do pretty damn good, as you saw last week.
Especially in the last 3 weeks. Data is cooking, baby. Yeah. But be sure to check us out on social media. Look for the Daddy Sharps on Instagram and Twitter. Also, check out our website, daddysharps.com. For more stuff, we got some photos floating around of, maybe some celebs and places we've been, things we've done. And we're also going to be back next week with much more, John.
Luke, who is your daddy?
We are.
Stay sharp, everyone.